Crbnly Conversations.
Quick question. Is this the podcast? Are we doing the podcast right now?
All right. Hello, everyone. Shane and Chad here. We want to welcome you to topic B of our recycling retro on Crbnly Conversations. Today, we're going to unpack the second approach to improve American recycling rates and actually get the right item in the right waste stream. But before we sort it all out, let's remind everyone that we are a podcast where friends examine the intersection of community, lifestyles, and consumption in our lives. We've created this in a hope to share our stories and curiosity to motivate actions that lessen our carbon footprint. We also want to use our platform to create a space for listeners and community members to share their Crbnly journeys as well. And please never forget, whether you're a first-time listener, Crbnly deep diver, or just a loyal fan, we've made it very easy for you to listen to us on your favorite podcast app and also watch our episodes on YouTube. Literally, all you need to do is scroll down to our show notes, click on Find and Join the Conversation, and there you'll be able to explore all of our conversations and catch any future episodes, which we release every Wednesday, and listen to our lovely voices on your favorite podcast app. And if you're on any social media, Instagram, TikTok, X, or YouTube, please like, share, subscribe, comment, do whatever you can to try and spread this, our Crbnly words. We definitely support, or we appreciate any support that's given to us. So check out our social medias as well. But let's get it going. Let's get part B going. What do we got going on this one, Chad?
But before we get into it, let's refresh our memories.
Yep.
We kicked off the episode last week on topic A, who should bear the brunt of solving our recycling problems, consumers or producers, and dove into this smart labeling nonprofit that's working with over 1,000 brands and over 100,000 products that get the QR code that one of us can scan, tells you if the item is recyclable and your zip code, and then that way you can feel confident that it can be recycled. The products in the information in the recycling is dynamic, which means it updates with all the new current information. So if, let's say, you live in, I don't know, Minneapolis, Minnesota, and you couldn't recycle number 7 plastic containers, but now you can. That would actually, the app would update that with any of those brand partnerships. So we dug into that, but we're going to pivot and get out of that ring of, is it consumers, is it producers who should be making it easier to recycle, and actually flip over to the tech and robot side in topic B. So will we be able to use AI and sensors to, quote, get smart, sorting all of our waste appropriately, so all of us consumers, we just don't have to. Shane, let's not even talk about who. I don't care. I just want to throw everything into the garbage can, which, as we shared earlier, the EPA keeps reporting on this. We keep sharing, and everyone else does the same statistic. Let's flip it, though. About 68% of Americans' waste doesn't get into the recycling stream.
Yep.
You know, that's true. So if it's going to the garbage, the landfill, what's going on with it? That's the big question about the topic today. And can robots make it end up where it's supposed to? Smarter, quicker, faster than all of us. So you've read this article.
Yeah.
We've talked about this in the past. Like, where are we headed, Shane? Are robots the answer?
I think so. First of all, I love the names of the robots. The Sortie McSortface and Sir Sorts a Lot.
I mean,
it's
that sounds pretty
genius.
Appropriately.
Yeah, if we can keep them named that as they grow in popularity, or just continue to create these funny names,
get them a Twitter handle or an X handle and start showcasing their reels.
so, um, so I mean, I definitely, just reading through these articles, I definitely think recycling, as well as plenty of other avenues, robots and AI are the future of it. Um, One thing that did stick out to me that I know will be kind of like one of the first arguments of a lot of people is like, I think they said the average cost of one right now is $300,000, which is pricey, and they say like it can do the work of about two humans so far, but it doesn't get tired. So it's not like it can
Mm-hmm.
just work an 8-hour shift and then be done. But I already hear the arguments of people, and rightfully so, of saying, well, if it's two humans, that's and the robot costs 300,000. Like, why don't you just pay humans more money and they'll do a better job? But it's like, naturally we're human. Like, we get tired. Our efficiency slows down as we get tired. So like, I hope that the price doesn't become like a big topic to where people are like battling against it. And I'm pretty sure as more tech companies create it, they'll be able to get the price a little bit lower.
Yeah. I think those are all great, like, candid reactions to this. Um, I think there's also, I mean, again, this is not this episode's about, but like the upskilling of like tech skills and manufacturing skills. Like, if we're not paying humans to sort trash, can we help them get educated to manage the rope, Mr. McSortface and Mrs.
Yeah.
McSortface sort for us, right?
Yeah.
How many human techs do we need for that, or to help design them, build them, ship them? And then even on the side that I keep, what's the right word here? I want to say ruminate, but that's kind of digesting it through multiple like systems. I'm just pondering because the economics nerd in me like has really gravitated to this item. So in the article, it talks about, I want to make sure I say this right. Um, Materials recovery facilities. So that's in essence like when we send waste and garbage if it doesn't go directly to the dump, it goes to one of these plants to get sorted. Because the theory is if you sort it out, you can pull the things that are valuable from the waste stream that against the things that aren't.
Yep.
And if we can do this with more urgency, quicker, more effectively using AI, because in essence, it's the same thing as machine learning. Like these robots just use cameras that are really smart, really quick and fast and learn what things are what, and they can sort it, right? Or grab it or move it out versus what we have been doing more analog with like lights and magnets and belts and shaking and using kind of like physics to our advantage versus like robot AI technology. So where I'm going with this is if we know that number 5 plastic K cups have a reuse purpose into a secondary market that has value above zero, and these robots sorts a lot, can pull out all the K cups in the waste stream, we have now extracted value from a messed up jumble mess of is it valuable or not stream into something that can be. Because otherwise that stuff would go to the incinerator, to the dump, to a boat and dumped in the ocean for landfill. Like, who knows? It's going to end up somewhere without the next best use. And I think that's where the value add is. And I don't think we're anywhere near that because of cost and expense and how many people have these all set up. But I think if we can get there, then we've talked about this in regenerative business, and we brought that up in the last episode too. Is the ability to do that regenerates, a circular economy, right? So, and will the ability to sort things smartly, quicker, etc., create more value streams from the garbage, from the products that we're consuming? And I think if we can kind of lean in that way, I'm pro robot on this side. I think this is a good use of artificial intelligence and technology, but I don't think it's going to solve it right now. And it does beget the question of like, what are all the things that don't have like a next level regenerative value chain? That stuff still has to go somewhere. will that mean like will we reduce? I'm gonna pontificate one more thing. Is like, does that mean we start to identify all the things we shouldn't be using in our products so we can change that versus trying to change everything in an industry around plastics? Like, it seems like a more smarter way to approach the problem, but it does create more complexity if this works as intended.
Definitely so. And then another another thing that kind of stuck out to me that I think a lot of people when recycling may not think too much of it, but it also will help with it'll improve with waste stream contaminants. So basically the AI driven robot would be able to identify if there's too much peanut butter left in a jar, and kind of pick that out. Because, that's another big factor when it comes to like recycling food packaging or just food products is like, if you, depending on what type of product it is, if there's too much of, let's say, a tomato a jar of tomato sauce or things like that, if there's too much of that left in there, even though yes, the glass jar is recyclable, if it's not clean enough, it can still contaminate the whole bin of recyclables. So
Yeah.
I think that's another cool aspect when it comes to that, is it takes out some of the human error when it's like it can identify, oh, okay, this has too much food left in it, let's pick this out. And unfortunately that would probably still go into the landfill, because I'm sure they're not going to like train the robot how to like spray it with, clean it out or whatnot.
Yeah. Or it could go into a different set of waste use cases. I think you've just given me an idea on how to tie both episodes together, topic A and topic B. So QR codes, really what they do is they cut the information cost from, is this recyclable? A. B, can I recycle it in the community I live in? Right?
Yep.
That's what QR codes on our products are going to do for us. It doesn't mean everything is recyclable, and it doesn't mean everything will make it in there, but it makes it simpler for us as consumers, as humans, and the majority of us that do have smartphones can scan it and quickly find out, right?
Yep.
B, if we're scanning all of our waste stream items, that also makes it simpler for producers to know what people are and aren't doing. Like, what's going in the garbage, could have we've like used in a different way? Are we actually using too much? Maybe we should sell peanut butter only in small containers, because there's always a third of peanut butter left in there. 80% of the jars. Like, again, I'm going extreme on an example there.
Yeah.
But this economy is being driven on an information based, technology based, and we're now making robots help us sort all that information out. I guess, pun intended, we can sort out our garbage waste streams and become either better reducers, better reusers, and better recyclers because of it, and then regeneratively add value chains through this waste. So I think both are compressing that gap of information for like companies and people like us that need to do something with our waste. Hopefully to create a better carbonly lifestyle for all of us. And that's why I don't think one or the other is the right answer, in my opinion.
Right.
Like, it depends from my perspective, but both have to be invested in. And as consumers, I think we need to go out there and shout, we want QR codes. We want Sortie McSortface. We want them both, so it's easier for us to feel better about the decisions we're making.
Yeah, and maybe even the QR codes for food products can have something in there like a reminder of, wiping out the rest of the tomato paste out of the can.
Totally. It could feed back in, like, you guys don't wipe enough peanut butter out. Make sure you clean this jar or we can't recycle it. Flags when you scan it. Oh yeah, brilliant, Shane.
Yep. So, no, that's awesome. I think a fun challenge to the listeners out there. Like, hit us up on any of the social medias. What's a cool name that you would come up with for a robot when it comes to recycling? That'd be a fun challenge.
Yeah, I'm now thinking. I don't got anything on the top of my head.
Me neither.
I'll sort it out.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, topic B complete. Feeling good here, Shane. We're getting
Yep.
into that holiday swing of things.
Yep.
Pretty soon Thanksgiving will be upon us. And I think a little bit more in November yet to come. So until our next episode, I hope everyone has a great Crbnly week.